Hey everyone, Jason Weckerle here. This morning, my wife and I are going down to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to go fish for some steelhead and brown trout. Wisconsin and Michigan are considered world class out on Lake Michigan for brown trout, steelhead, and Racine, Wisconsin holds the world record of 42 pounds for the brown trout. So you never know what you're going to catch fishing in Lake Michigan. It's been a number of years since I've actually gotten out trout fishing at all on the ice, and I'm not sure what to expect today. We're dealing with an extreme warm front. It's supposed to get up to like 52 degrees today. 2 days back, it was 0 degrees. So I don't know what to say about that. I don't normally do very well when we get extreme warm fronts during trout fishing winter time, but we're gonna go out there, drill some holes, throw some bait down them, see what happens. Let's hit the road. We're finally out here and got all the holes drilled. We're all set up. Well, we haven't set the shack up yet because it's really pretty warm out here. And I don't really feel like we will really need it until later on, maybe when the wind picks up. But I got some brown trout spawn right here. These are chartreuse. I also bought plain orange spawn sack. I got these from Dick Smith's, and they tie their spawn sacks with brown trout eggs this time of the year, so that's really good. If I don't catch a female fish that I can tie my own spawn sacks, Dick Smith's Sporting Goods, their bait shop out in Delafield, Wisconsin, has brown trout spawn. But right now we're fishing in about 14 feet of water, and I'm going to set this automatic fisherman with a spawn sack. I'm going to put 2 spawn sacks out and 2 small golden shiner minnows. But I'm just running 6-pound test fluorocarbon. You need plenty of monofilament or fluorocarbon line, at least 150 yards to play it safe, because these fish can take powerful runs. But I'm just running a Gamakatsu size 6 Gamakatsu hook, spawn sack, a little split shot sinker. Nothing fancy. I'm gonna set this one a foot above the bottom, foot to 2 feet above the bottom. I'm just using my Weckerle to get a proper depth, but I'm just gonna set that rod tip right in that pin. But when that fish takes the bait, pulls that arm down, pulls that bobber up, boom. Sets the hook for you. But I'm gonna throw that down there right now. And you can set that little pin really lightly if you want to. Sometimes the trout are really picky. We have a fish down there already looking at it, so that's a good sign. See that? There's one right down in the bottom looking at it right now. Watch, right on the bottom, that red. Yep, there he is, looking at it. All right, let's set our other rods up and see if we get anything. So right now, we have a trout that keeps coming up to our spawn sack. Our spawn sack's that green line right there. That's our sinker. On the bottom of the Weckerle, we keep having a trout show itself. So There are fish here. We got 2 lines set. We got 2 more to set. That's a good sign. And they're coming up to the spawn sack looking at it. So it's just a matter of time, I guess. Beautiful sunrise. Couldn't ask for more right now, except for the fish to start biting. So now I'm just using a small golden shiner minnow on the same size sits. Gamakatsu octopus hook. Can use eagle claw, mustad, whatever. But I like to clip the tails off my shiners or bite them off. And that kind of makes them struggle a little bit more. But I'm gonna set 2 shiners out. We got 2 spawn sets and we're gonna jig some spoons and tube jigs. We've got some fish showing up on the locator, so I'm excited right now. I just hope they bite, because it is bluebird skies out right now and I'm not liking that too much. I wish we had some cloud cover today, but at least it's not below 0 and high winds. All right, one tip I'm gonna give you guys is you wanna, when you set your lines, set some of them higher up, because some of these fish suspend way high up off the bottom. Set some of them about a foot above the bottom, set some higher up, but just make sure you got your lines spread out, you're working various depths. Set that line. I got small shiner minnow on there. When I'm using shiners, I like to leave a little bit more line out on the bobber. Sometimes those fish, when they take a whack at it and try to grab it, they miss it a bunch of times. You don't want that device like setting the hook too soon before they got the bait in their mouth. Got that one set. Got one more to set and we're off to the races. We got the first fish of the day here. A guy next to us just caught a perch. All right, babe. Yeah, it's on there. Hey, no, just pick it up. He's on there. You don't have to wait for bites. Real.
Oh, it's
Perch.
A perch.
Well, I'll be damned.
We were just talking about those too.
Oh my god, that is weird. I've never caught a perch during winter out of here, and we just saw 2 in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that guy said he's just marking them like crazy.
That's not a bad size one either.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get into some perch. That would be a first for wintertime Milwaukee Harbor fishing. That's crazy. Too bad it wasn't a brown trout or steelhead, but that's it. Really interesting.
Yeah.
I saw by the way that rod was bending that wasn't going to be...
No, that's why I was like, is that even on there?
Yeah.
Well, I still get the next one.
All right. I was just jigging a slender spoon and I got myself a big old brown trout. Look at that, babe. That's a monster. That is a monster.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. That one hit it really hard. I was just jigging a gold slender spoon trying to catch these perch we keep on marking on our underwater camera. All of a sudden I just felt wham. I was just talking to my wife actually, and well, we got ourselves a big one right now. Using 6-pound test fluorocarbon. This is unreal. About time we got a bite, hey babe?
It's been a while. We have all these autos out and caught a perch on one, of course.
This is great. I'm glad I jigged it up.
Yeah, I know you said you were seeing something.
Yeah, I was seeing a big red blop on the Weckerle, and all of a sudden this rod is like perfect. This rod I made is like perfect for this type of fishing.
The other thing is making you work for them.
This could be a 20-30 minute battle. Never know.
Yeah.
I've seen some long fights. The only thing I wish I had a little bit more handle on the back of this rod.
Yeah, you
Hope I don't lose this fish. The way he hit, I felt like my line go slack and he just pulled down really hard, and I was like, holy crap, that's a fish. This might take a while, folks. These fish fight really hard, and this was a pretty damn big one. Guess if only one fish bites, hopefully not just one today, but make it count, right? Go big or go home. This feels like the more I try to fight him, the harder he fights. Let's hope he doesn't swim into any of our other lines. This feels good after not ice fishing for a couple years now. I feel the burn in my forearm. You know you're out of shape when the fish are giving you the burn in your arms. I actually built this rod out of a broken steelhead salmon rod. I chopped the handle off the broken rod, used the broken section of the rod on the top, glued it in there. Works pretty well. On the slender spoon, for some reason that spoon was calling to me today. It's been a long time since I've jigged up a brown trout. Usually I always get them on the automatic fisherman, jaw jackers, whatever, with either shiners or spawn, but if I do get them jigging, it's either the tube jig, a hair jig or marabou jig with wax worms baited on the hook, jigging spoons like Castmasters, Swedish Pimples, Northland jigging spoons, the buttshot rattle spoons, or the slender spoons are really good. Or I get them on jigging Rapalas.
I think I saw it. Yep, there he
Oh,
is.
there he was.
Yep.
I thought he was farther down. Oh, he's a big one. This could be 20 pounds. Easily. There he is. There he is. You can see him. Oh, he's barely hooked. There we go. Yes.
That's a beautiful one.
I might not even have her eggs anymore.
Yeah, it actually looks like a flatter belly.
Yep. Which is alright. That is a beautiful fish. Let me take some pictures.
Let me get you from this side. The sun is better on this side. There we go.
Alright.
Nice job.
That's a good one. Oh, she wants to come home with me.
Woo!
Yes! Mission accomplished.
Yes. Nice job.
Well, we got what we came for. That one was a female, but she must have already laid her eggs. But that was a good fish. Probably about a 18 to 20 pounder. She would have been a lot heavier if she still had her eggs, but we let that one go. I don't even like keeping them usually. That bobber over there just went up again.
Oh yeah.
Let's go check that one. Little dink. Stole our minnow.
Ah.
Knew it. We got a bunch of little perch that keep stealing our minnows. Finally got a brown. Let's see if we can get another one. All right, I'm gonna go over some of the gear now that we're using out here for these brown trout and steelhead. We just spool our reels up. We like to use anywhere from a 2,000 to 3,000 size spinning reel with 6 to 8 pound fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon is a lot more invisible underwater than monofilament. And we fish some very clear conditions here on Lake Michigan, so you need that fluorocarbon. And you would think, oh, big fish, go thicker with the line, but trout are very finicky, very picky creatures, and if they see that line, they will not bite. And like some guys go down to 4 pound, but like catching a 20 pound trout on 4 pound line, it's a battle. But even on this 6 pound line, we catch huge fish. It holds up just fine, but we like to use medium light to medium action ice fishing rods. Anything that's 28 to 40 inches long will do. And that bait that I was using is this slender spoon right here. It's just a gold slender spoon. It's got a little glow-in-the-dark sticker on it, and I just put 3 wax worms on the hook. That's what I caught the brown trout on today. Another bait that I like to use are these tube jigs, either pearl white or pure white. If the water's murky, I go with a chartreuse, kind of a fire tiger. But this is a unique size tube. It's kind of a 2 3/4 inch tube. I bought these at Sandy's Bait Shop in Oak Creek, Wisconsin a long time ago. I'm not sure if they carry them anymore, but I've caught a lot of brown trout, open water and ice fishing on these over the years. And I just bait them with the wax worms or squirt some anise oil scent, which is black licorice scent on it. You can actually squirt that, any type of scent for that matter, power bait scent, anything, just right up inside the tube itself. Some guys even like to put a little piece of sponge so that it soaks up the scent that they squirt inside the tube. But that you can use a 2-inch tube to a 3-inch tube, but this is a 2 3/4 inch, really unique size. I also like to use jigging Weckerles and sometimes even blade baits like the sonar or the zip lure, stuff like that. I also like to use rattle traps and Rapala ripping wraps, like size 3, size 5, stuff like that. I mean, anything that you jig for walleyes or pike through the ice will catch these brown trout and steelhead. Another trick you can do is just put a spawn sack right on a jig head, jig that through the ice. You can also use a teardrop jig, kind of like a bluegill or crappie jig, with baited full of wax worms. The steelhead seem to like that. But keep it simple. Just use spawn sacks, small shiner minnows, tube jigs, jigging spoons, and you should catch some Lake Michigan brown trout and steelhead. All right, folks. Today was a slow morning. We got 1 bait brown trout at least on the ice, a couple perch, which those perch are very odd to be catching through the ice. I've been fishing for Lake Michigan here on the ice for about 25 years, and I've never caught a perch out of here through the ice. I haven't seen one jaw jacker or automatic fisherman go off. I caught mine on a jigging spoon, so I've been hearing jigging is the key lately. A lot of people are catching them jigging. Sorry about this, folks, but the wind started to pick up really bad and my microphone and sound started to pop and sound really crappy. But if you guys like this video, subscribe to my page, hit the like button. It helps the page out, gives me a reason to keep making these videos. I hope some of this information helps you guys catch some trout this ice fishing season. Stay safe on the ice and take care.